I want you to imagine you're 6 months into an HRSD implementation. The project is live and people are using it. Leadership is happy, everything looks successful. Then somebody asks a simple question. Can we make a small change to the onboarding process? And suddenly nobody wants to touch anything. The architect looks nervous. The developers start asking questions. The project manager is worried about timelines. The business is confused about why such a small request is suddenly a big deal. And that's when everyone realizes they've accidentally built a monster. Here's the scary part. The mistake that created this mess usually doesn't start with bad architecture. It doesn't start with bad developers. And it definitely doesn't start with bad intentions. It starts with good people trying to be helpful. And that one mistake quietly turns into hundreds of thousands of dollars in maintenance, upgrades, testing, support, and technical debt. Today, I want to show you exactly how it happens. Because if you're working on HRSD right now, there's a good chance you're making this mistake too. Welcome back to Cloud CTW. If you're new here, this channel is all about helping you build ServiceNow systems that scale. And today we're breaking down what I call the $1 million HRSD mistake. Now, I didn't come up with this because of one project. I've seen the same pattern over and over. Developers complain about it, architects inherit it, project managers struggle with it, and business leaders end up paying for it. So let's talk about why smart teams keep falling into the same trap. The biggest misconception in HRSD is that every HR process is unique. At first, that sounds reasonable. Of course, your company is different, and your policies are different, and of course, your approvals are different. But here's the question. Are the processes actually different? Think about it. Whether it's onboarding, a leave request, a payroll issue, or remote work request, what's really happening? Someone needs help. Someone submits information. Someone reviews it. Someone approves it. Someone completes a task. Someone communicates the outcome, and that's basically HR service delivery. The pattern is surprisingly consistent. But teams don't customize the pattern. They customize every exception. And that's where the trouble starts. This is what I call the special process lie. It sounds like this. Our process is different. We can't use the standard workflow. We need our own version. We have special requirements. And sometimes that's true. But most of the time, it's not. What makes the process feel unique is usually the terminology, the approval comfort level, the politics, the reporting preferences, not the underlying service. Yet many HRSD projects end up creating custom everything. One service becomes 10 workflows. 10 workflows become 50 flows. 50 flows become a support nightmare. And eventually nobody wants to touch the platform because nobody knows what might break. This is exactly why so many experienced architects preach, configure first, customize second. Because every customization you're creating today becomes a future problem someone has to own. Now let's talk about the second trap, email. This one surprises a lot of people because email feels safe. Employees already use it and everyone knows how to send an email. So organizations often allow email to become the primary intake channel. While it sounds harmless, think about what happens. An employee sends a vague message and HR has to interpret it. Someone has to classify it, reroute it, and possibly correct it. Reporting becomes inaccurate and routing becomes inconsistent. Before long, the team starts adding more logic to compensate. More inbound actions, more routing rules, and more exceptions. The platform slowly becomes reactive instead of intentional. That's where complexity starts multiplying because the issue was never routing. The issue was intake. Now let's talk about the part nobody thinks about during implementation. The upgrade tax. Every customization creates future questions. Who built this? Why was it built? Is it still needed? Can we retire it? Is it documented? Will it break? Does anyone understand it? Now multiply those questions across. Custom scopes and tables, business rules and scripts, integrations and flows, security models, and other areas of customizations. Suddenly, your platform isn't a system anymore. It's an archaeological dig. And this isn't theory. One recurring theme in ServiceNow communities is organizations inheriting years of custom forms, approvals, integrations, and technical debt that become increasingly difficult to maintain. Some teams eventually reach the point where simplifying the environment becomes a major initiative by itself. That's the nightmare scenario. Not because customization is bad, but because customization without governance becomes expensive. Very expensive. So what should you do instead? Start with the business problem, not the requested solution. Before building anything custom, ask, is this actually a unique process? Or is it just unique wording? Can native HRSD capabilities already solve this? Can a policy change eliminate the need for technology? Will this survive the next upgrade? And my favorite question, if the person who built this leaves tomorrow, can the next administrator understand it in 10 minutes? Because if the answer is no, you may not be building a solution. You may be building a dependency. The best HRSD implementations don't customize everything. They standardize what should be standard. They configure what should be configured. And they customize only when the business value clearly outweighs the long-term cost. Because the goal isn't to build the most customized HRSD platform. The goal is to build the platform that still makes sense 3 years from now. And that's often the difference between a platform that scales and $1 million mistake.